I do want to give you the opportunity to touch on one of those impacts. Spartans First, here to their augmented reality system. Can you talk about this, not just from like the larger initiative, and this is from an organization that's gone through ATV as well, but what the impact is for you, and if you can talk about how this is personally making a difference for you.
Well, I met Chris Webb several years ago, and David Furukawa, and they were working on a system to help visually impaired individuals learn information about their surroundings wherever they might be and help them navigate those surroundings. And it also turns out that same technology provides virtual signage capability that's useful for anyone, so that the information provided not only helps visually impaired, but provides useful information for everyone. They developed that product, and they were a participant in the American Technology Venture Lab program, and we've worked with them to mentor and coach along the way, and they've made a lot of progress. To back up a minute, Spartans First is an organization we founded in 2020 that really began as a response to the defund the police movement, where we said we want to let our...
Sounds like a great idea. What could go wrong with defunding the police? No, I'm sorry.
Really? Well, we wanted to let our law enforcement and first responders know we care about them. I've had a lot... My dad had two brothers that were policemen. My mother had a brother, half-brother, that was the policeman in Packlet when they only had one policeman there.
And where was this? I'm sorry?
In Packlet, South Carolina.
Okay.
And my dad's father was a state constable in South Carolina. And several of my relatives now, one of my cousin's sons is in the FBI, and one of my other cousin's son is in the State Highway Patrol. And several of my friends, one of my friend's daughter just married the resource officer at a high school in Spartanburg County. So I've got friends and relatives heavily involved in law enforcement. A lot of friends that have been involved in law enforcement one way or the other, or in the fire department. My dad was a volunteer fire chief in the local fire department for years. We had a monitor in the house, and every time the monitor would run off, you'd see Dad driving his truck out of the driveway to go to the call to help fight a fire somewhere. And so we wanted to show that, educate the community that what they do is important to protect our prosperity. And we're good friends with Sheriff Wright. He's had some difficulties recently, but he's been a wonderful sheriff for Spartanburg County for a long time. And so we wanted to have a good relationship there. Over time, we've realized that some of the things we want to do not only support law enforcement and first responders, but support the benefit of the community. And that leads us to look at putting together meetings where we have presentations, sometimes about health issues, topics people are not aware of, health dangers or health opportunities, things like economic development, how science and technology are not our enemy, they're our friend if we are the masters of technology. If we're not the masters of technology, it can be used to dominate us. So we make that a point of our programs to
serve people,
share information in that direction. And so 2 years ago, we were approached by a group that had been talking with Chris Webb at Foresight Augmented Reality. And Chris took their technology and created a version of their technology called Here to There. And this group have put together a group of anonymous donors who want to make technology available that's difficult to break into the market. In the past, they've supported some different kinds of medical devices that had trouble getting accepted in the medical community, and they're now working with Foresight Augmented Reality and the Here to There system to help make that available. So they have donated beacons with 30 months of free service to Spartans First, so that we can take those beacons, install them in a venue, and that venue will get 30 months of free service on the Here to There system. We're rolling that out. If you download the Here to There app off the App Store, you can see a number of locations where the service is available. You can expect that number to jump. That number of locations is going to jump significantly over the next 2 or 3 months, where there'll be hundreds more locations. We're targeting certainly Spartanburg County, which is our home in upstate South Carolina. We're targeting the area around Columbia and Irmo, South Carolina, which is a suburb of Columbia. And we're targeting North Atlanta between Woodstock and Peachtree Corners as a start to add to what's already installed in Georgia. They've had the system in DeKalb County downtown in the city offices or the county offices for several years. It's also used in several transit systems, so that talking to the beacon, the Far Vision app can let the user know if they're on the right bus, which stop they're approaching on the bus. And if they're at the bus stop, it lets them know what's the next bus that's coming, so they get on the right bus if they can't see. But again, it provides the virtual signage, so even if you can see, you know this is the right bus, or you know what bus this is. Or you know it's coming 5 minutes later. So it has advantages, and eventually, after those 30 months free service run out, we'll be able to sell a renewal to those venues, and part of that renewal will be contributed to the nonprofit, so that we can continue doing more programs in all aspects of our interest and mission.